What the hell is Ann Coulter talking about? Oh, I've been saying that for years. What the hell is she talking about? I don't even know what she's talking about. Who is Ann Coulter? What is she talking about? In any event, look, she's entitled to whatever it is that she says, however important that is. This is not an attempt to slam Ann Coulter. I don't give a damn what she says one way or the other. I don't give a damn what anybody says. People are entitled to their opinion. But I got to tell you this one. This really gets me. Look at this picture on the front of this. On the 11th, Ann Coulter says, I wonder why it took them so long to tell us who the pilot was. And it's this black pilot who was a former Navy SEAL. We're learning the identity of him and who he was and what he did. His name was Sean Johnson, 36-year-old, ex-Navy SEAL. So what she's saying, in case you've been under a rock, they're saying, oh, were they waiting to tell us because he was black? Is that it? This was on the 11th. When you see the time frame, this happened on the 10th. They waited, what, a day? Because of this big black, this DEI conspiracy. Don't mention the fact that he's black. What? We'll wait a day or less than a day. Look, there's kind of something to what she's saying in a weird way. And honest to God, this, the whole dentilliquist, Ann Coulter, she's entitled to what she's, I don't want to play this game of, do you like this one? I don't care what anybody said. They're going crazy now about Douglas Murray. Who cares what Douglas Murray? Who cares? So what? Don't get me wrong. It's another story. But maybe there's a little something to be said of fact and regarding the fact that this is what DEI does. This young man could have been 36. He was young, but still, he could have been the best pilot ever in a bucket of bolts from some incredibly horrible, incompetent company where there was disaster that had nothing to do with him. But Ann Coulter kind of asks a good question. Not that we want to hide this, but maybe somewhere somebody said, ooh, black pilot, I don't know. But more importantly, the bigger, and I don't think that's really the issue. I don't think people care. I think the real issue is, this is what DEI does. Oh, DEI. Remember the Washington helicopter? Pretty soon they were saying, it's a woman. And she's a lesbian. I said, how the hell do you know she's a lesbian? And what difference does that make? DEI. DEI killed those people. Wait a minute. Do you know how many great pilots? Let me tell you something. Do yourself a favor. Go on YouTube and just look up these. There are these. I love every now and then I'll get into this rotation of watching them landing Airbuses. And they have women and young women and black women and African women and women in veils and women in religious garb and women who are doing a wonderful job. You don't need physical, strength to land the Airbus. Half of the time it's all computer. The point being, this is what happens when you push this ESG and DEI nonsense. This takes, in essence, a notion of affirmative action and blows it out the window, So there's a multiple issue to what I'm saying here. In this particular rant on my particular point, it's Ann Coulter does this thing. Yeah, Ann Coulter does this thing. Yeah. Ann Coulter, Ann Coulter. You know how she is, Ann Coulter. Who always seems angry and does a lot of laughing. You notice how she tries to laugh? To say, I'm really in a good mood. I just want to. Again, God bless her. She's smart. I don't care what she says. I'm not a fan club groupie. I don't even care what people say most of the time about anything else. But what I will say is, when you repeatedly force people into having diversity, ethnicity, it's like ethanol, but not as powerful. When you have diversity, equity, and inclusion, or whatever the hell it's called this week, and you push it, you create this feeling in people's minds that somebody is not qualified just because they're black. just because they're black. Jasmine Crockett said recently when she went to a public defender's office, she basically told the hiring person, hire me because I'm black. I don't know anything about criminal law, but hire me because I'm black. I'm black. Hire me because of that. What are you talking about? This is what it's become. And that lunacy is what leads to this. When you have diversity office, I remember every law firm had diversity officer. What does this mean? Who the hell wants a diverse lawyer? I want a good lawyer. I don't give a damn who they are. This is where I wonder where all these folks are now. The diversity officers. Diversity officers always black. There weren't white diversity officers. Isn't that something? The very thing that provides for diversity doesn't have a diverse group of people who represent it in the first place. It's so stupid. But it is a part of the meaning and the motivation behind the radical left to cause division between races and sexual genders by creating more divisions of people and emphasizing not equality, not equanimity, not equal appreciation for people, notwithstanding their particular ideology or sexuality. They want there to be this. This is the most critical thing. They want there to be this. They want there to be this artificial lunacy when it comes to race. Now, look. I've known in the world of talk radio, the topic which is the most important, especially in, dare I say, conservative and Republican talk, is that of race. And this is a low-hanging fruit, but it's true. So Ann Coulter is not wrong in what she said. They only waited a day, and maybe somewhere. I can't imagine anybody anywhere today waiting before they released the name of this gentleman. But the bottom line is simply this. We have we have been taught things. Let me give you an example. Let's say I can put a plethysmograph. It doesn't make any sense, really, but some kind of like a sphygmomanometer or something on your skin, something that gauges the reaction of you to certain things. You're in an office, a doctor's office, and the door opens up, and you've never seen this doctor before, and the guy walks in, and it's Marcus Welby, a guy at about mid-60s, 70s, tall, thin, kind of grayish, but a white man. And we get to measure and register the particular part of your brain that registers satisfaction, okay? How would you react? Now, same one. This time, same height, same weight, but it's a black man. Black doctor. What would be people's reactions? Imagine that satisfaction part of the brain, whatever it is. Would it go down? Would it go up? Would it be the same? Next, a woman. White woman, black woman, Asian woman, Indian woman, woman with a veil, woman without a veil, Indian man young, Indian man older, Indian man with an accent, doctor with a mustache, overweight doctor. There are things that we prefer. Women, many of them prefer OBGYNs who are women. Okay, now, what effect do you think DEI has done to that particular calculus? What do you think people think today when they see a black doctor, a black surgeon, or what? They're going to say, you're there because of some kind of quota. A quota. You were a check the box. That's exactly what you were. That's what you did. You were there because of that. And that is what DEI formed. It creates and exacerbates and procures and proliferates the very thing it's trying to prevent. The very thing that is trying to stop people from becoming racist or whatever, it's increasing. So here is the thing. Ann Coulter, right or wrong, she's hit on something. Number one, I don't think they waited, I think, one day before whoever they released this. But she brings up a bigger point. And the point is, look what people think because of DEI. You could have Ben Carson. This man is a genius. This man did hemispherectomies of children. A neurosurgeon, then nobody. But today you probably look at him like, yeah. What was your category? What was you? Yeah. DEI has done more to spawn, to proliferate, to broadcast, to exacerbate, to actually encourage and recruit racism and negative preferential treatment than anything known to mankind. Now, what do you think, my friends? Do me a favor. Please like this video. Hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And more importantly, this is really important. This is critical. You have to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe and comment. Comment. Follow the questions I've provided for you. Comment as you see fit.